All right. Hello, Metal Maniacs. It's the Meista from Brews and Tunes. Cheers. Absolutely thrilled today to be chatting with two members of Los Angeles heavy metal band REOG. I'm chatting with Sammy T, of course, a vocalist and guitar player, as well as Ralph Beam, who's on bass. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining me today. How you doing?
Thank you. We're doing great. Thanks for doing
Awesome.
this.
Awesome. First off, I guess I wanted to kind of find out what's the band up to? What are you guys doing right now? What's happening with REOG in there in Los Angeles?
We're getting ready for the tour. About a couple weeks from now, we're gonna do a Texas to California tour with our friends in Jesse Kills from San Antonio.
Oh, nice. Right on. Very cool.
So yeah, we're very excited doing this. We've been friends with the band for a pretty long time at this point, and every time they come to town, they ask us to open for them. And then finally, when they said like, "Hey, you want to join us for our Southwest tour? Would you like to hop on to it?" I said, "Yeah, we'd love to." So in 2 weeks from now, starting June 16 in San Antonio, Texas, we're gonna do shows with Jesse Gill, excellent band from Texas.
Nice. Very cool. How long is the tour, did you say?
Pretty much a couple of weeks. No, it's about a week or so. Sorry, so just a little bit over a week from the legs that we're on is from the 16th to the 24th.
Okay. Nice. Very cool. That's exciting. Very exciting news there. So you'll be playing in Texas and then will you
Coming towards California, they're gonna hop on. I mean, we gonna do about three shows in Texas area, and then they're gonna go to. I think they have a show in Arizona. On that particular show, we're not part of that particular show because it was all sort of like that's a special show for them, all female fronted uh metal and rock playing together in that show, and obviously I'm not a female. uh, so but we're happy to be on that part. And we're also, oh, by the way, there's another excellent band on on the tour called Langston Drive. I apologize if I butchered the name, but excellent, more alternative band. So it's a good bill
Hmm,
with a little bit something for everyone.
nice. Very cool. Very cool. And then kind of after that point, do you have anything lined up after any shows lined up or once you finish that little tour?
Ralph?
Uh, we have a tour of Indonesia actually planned for August.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
There's, I
that's
think
so
some
yeah.
details are still in the works, so we haven't officially actually announced that yet. But yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's really cool. Very cool.
Correct, correct. Ralph is correct that we haven't officially announced it. You got it exclusive here
Oh,
because
right on.
we there's one city that is not confirmed yet, and we're trying to finalize it. Actually, it was almost confirmed, and then it got canceled. The event got canceled, so we're trying to book another show on that day. But yeah, as soon as it got confirmed, that we will announce it.
Very cool. Very cool. How long will you be playing in Indonesia?
So that particular tour, it's actually we're gonna be out there for uh, almost 3 weeks.
So
But the
nice.
reason, yeah, from 16 to the 25th, like about almost 3 weeks. But the reason is, we play about 6 or 7 shows, but the main reason is we're gonna do a couple of videos out there while we're there.
Oh,
So
right
we're
on.
very excited about that.
Yeah, that's really exciting news. Very cool. I love that. That's great. Very cool. So the videos, you mentioned the videos. So is this new music, or is this are you going to be shooting videos from songs from First Things First, or kind of what can you I don't know if you're at liberty to speak about that yet, or
Ralph can share it with you. Go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, we're finishing up recording an album at the moment. It's actually will be songs from so the two videos are one song that is on First Thing First, Daily Grind. And then we're also doing a video with Island of the Gods that was from what's the name of that album?
Uh, Falling Forever Tears. I
No, the one before.
with the second one.
the final
One,
final
one
tears
of them.
falling, right?
Final Tears. There you go.
No, that wasn't Final Tears Falling. It was the other one.
The,
Oh, the for the flowers.
for flowers. There you go. This is let me share you something, Victor. This is a gag that we have with the band. If you notice, first album to the third album, all of the three albums have the FTF as initials.
Right.
So that was a gag, and then but at the end it actually bad for us because it's very hard to memorize which one's which. So we're moving on with that on the next one. But that's kind of like, I mean, we like stuff like that because as serious we are with our music and with the band, we love to joke around and have fun, and this is the naming of the band is one of it. Is we just like to have fun and pulling your leg without you even knowing.
Nice. That's great. That's great. So as far as the videos, filming those in Indonesia, do you have kind of sites already figured out of what you're wanting to do, or I would
Yes.
imagine you probably have particular, why you want to film it in Indonesia, obviously.
Absolutely. So again, this is going to be exclusive on your show right here. We're gonna do, as what Ralph said earlier, we're gonna do Daily Grind as our first sort of single from the new album that we're working on.
Very cool.
And Daily Grind, we're gonna do the video in the city of Yogyakarta in Indonesia. And then for Island of the Gods, which is the song itself is about the island of Bali, we're actually gonna do the taping of the video in Bali. So that'd be wild. That'd be cool.
That's really cool. I like, and for folks that may not know, so Sammy, you're Indonesian. You moved from Indonesia to America to go to school, and the name of the band is actually an Indonesian word. REOG is and correct me if I'm wrong. I believe if I got this right, REOG is a traditional Indonesian dance, correct?
Correct. That is correct, Victor. So yes, we name it. We just have fun with the name, and we pick REOG because if you Google the name REOG, it's traditional dance from Java, and then it's the main character of the dance is this creature that's amalgamation of tiger and peacock. We just love how that that play into sort of like, for us, heavy and melodic, and so that's because that's what we play off. We play sort of like heavy music, but yet the singing, we love melodic singing. And with my voice, I tend to sing sort of like I look up to singers like Joey Belladonna, or even Ozzy, who's really sing cleanly when the voice, the tone of the voice is very clean.
Yeah.
So that's what we're into.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great segue into my next question, which was about the music and about the band, and it's always been melodic, but you've changed a little bit. I know, like in the early days, you had a front man, you had a vocalist, wasn't you? And then eventually that kind of changed, and now and you guys became a little heavier it seemed like musically.
Correct.
Like kind of your early stuff sounds, you know, it's really rocking, but it's you know, kind of more, you know, hard rock, kind of alternative rock in a lot of ways. And now you guys are like, you know, definitely purely a metal band, and really heavy hitting stuff. But yeah, like these really cool melodies, and like you said, yeah, these really melodic vocal passages, which is what I really dig. And you mentioned the video of Daily Grind, which I have to say is actually my favorite song of yours. That
Awesome.
song kills.
Thank you.
I love that guitar lead. And I just love the way that song, and I'm not a musician, but I just love the way that song lays out from the very beginning. It just grabs you right away. It has such a great hook. Yeah, just a killer song.
We love playing that song live. Is always translate well. That's one of our favorite to play, and the crowd's favorite. So go ahead, Ralph.
Open every show.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
We pretty much open every show with that one.
Nice. Yeah.
That's how
I would
much.
say
That's how much
I've
we
seen
love
a
it.
couple videos online. I think on your YouTube page, with some footage of shows. And I believe I remember seeing, Daily Grind was kind of the opener from at least the few shows that I watched on there. So and for those watching, definitely check out REOG's YouTube channel. They've got some really cool live footage on there. Like if you want to get a sense of the band, if you've never heard REOG before, then check them out. Check out their if you're not local and you can't go to a show, check out their YouTube page, because there's some really cool live footage on there, really cool stuff. And I know you guys played not too long ago, I think, and I believe it's posted on there. At least I think that's where I saw it. You guys were in the Battle of the Bands for the Wacken competition, right?
Yep, that is correct. That is correct.
Nice.
It's the second year we were in a competition. We just love, being in the community of those guys, heavy metal in LA. And for us, again, going into it, it's more like, let's have fun with it and gather with these metal dudes, metal girls, whatever, and then just have fun. And we had so much fun with those guys. And what I love about what I want to share too, the atmosphere while we're playing is less of a competition, but more so of a brotherhood. Like, hey, let's celebrate music and be together and support each other. That's how we felt.
Cool. Very cool. I was curious, what are the origins of the band? How did the band come together? How did it start originally?
So it started a while ago at this point. It's just 2005. I was in a funk band in LA, and I played guitar in that band originally. And then when the frontman get out from the band, everybody told me like, hey, you need to be singing because you can sing. So I put my guitar down and start be this frontman of this funk band. And I love heavy metal, and I listen to all kind of music, but I love heavy metal. So I start making these demos on the side, and finally I just posted. This is in the days of MySpace.
Oh yeah.
If you remember that. So I just put some demos in there, and then put some songs, and found guys that like the stuff. And then we start playing together, and then out of that, we very first song we REOG ever played was in at the Whiskey 2007 opening for Joey Belladonna, as I mentioned,
Oh,
when
wow.
he was out of Anthrax. So it's that's how it started. And as you mentioned also earlier, we had frontman. We tried being 5-piece, and then 4-piece. I shared the singing duty with our former guitar players, and then we go back with having a frontman. And then finally, when again the frontman moved on, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna step on the plate and just be the singer. And it turns out to be the best decision, because we, as you said, the music gonna move on to the stuff that's heavier, and and when Ralph joined, it kind of complete the the band in a way, because the basically the combination of my guitar playing, his bass playing, my the songwriting, and with Ralph with his lyrics, it just works. So
Yeah, definitely. So that's interesting. I didn't know. So Ralph, you write all the lyrics then?
Oh, no, I share writing with Sammy.
Oh, okay, cool,
yeah.
cool.
And
So
obviously the music before I joined, or else I think it's pretty much all Sammy, right? Maybe some previous members.
Some so yeah, it's it's more like band effort, but most I one thing I like with REOG is I come up with complete songs usually,
hmm,
and then work like that, work with the band, and let the band own it, because the song is not complete unless the band put their own flavor into it. So
cool.
at the end, at the end it's always REOG that completes it, the band, not just
Gotcha.
me. So
Cool. Nice. Ralph, when did you join the band? At what point did you join?
About 10, almost 10 years ago at this point.
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe or 2014,
Yep.
15 maybe.
Okay.
14, 15. And then we wrote those songs for that ended up on First Things First.
Cool. And that was originally released in 2018, correct?
That is correct. That is
And
correct.
then I think it's been re-released. Right.
So so we released in 2018, and I think because it was toward the end of 2018, and then 2019 people start hearing it, so that's how it felt. It's been re-released, but no, it's the same, just because it's at the end tail of 2018.
Gotcha. Okay.
And now we're working on this new albums, featuring some songs from old albums, but still, if you listen to this new album that's coming up, it feels like a new collection of songs.
Hmm.
And yeah, it'll be, I hope this collection becomes feels like feels like a new release, because it feels like it. We've been playing these songs the way we've been playing these songs with the with the with the current band right now, and it has its own freshness to it. So that's why we're putting it in this new album.
Cool. Okay, great. So this is a question for both of you. I don't know whoever wants to go first. I was curious about kind of your start in music. Like what was the inspiration for that? Did you come from a musical family? Kind of, what were your beginnings as a musician?
Ralph, you can start.
Sure, I'll go first. I guess like sort of came from a musical family. Like my mother actually was doing like musical therapy at hospital. She's a great piano player. Um, and yeah, before that, I was playing like saxophone in high school band.
Oh, cool.
Um, but then I kind of switched over to tenor saxophone and was like learning more about playing like more mixing in bass line type melodies sometimes. And I really enjoyed that. So yeah, at the time I was getting more into rock music, and actually before high school, I guess that was when I was maybe 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
But yeah, so I started getting into bass guitar, and it was very inspired to pick that up. And I'm actually one of the very few bass players that started on bass guitar. I love the bass from the beginning, and more and more learn to appreciate what the bass can do. So I'm not a guitar player that got forced into playing.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because you say that, it seems like, a lot of bass players that I've interviewed over the years, it's, a lot of times, they started as a guitar player, and then it's like, the band needed a bass player. Like, all right, fine, I'll play bass,
Correct.
But yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. Were there any, Ralph, were there any like specific bass players that really inspired you? Like who are the people you listened to growing up?
I mean, the biggest one initially was Cliff Burton. Just like seeing
Yeah.
him on stage was amazing. He was, different than what anyone else had ever seen playing bass. Um, and of course, I love Iron Maiden. Steve Harris is, the very center of their sound, and
Yeah.
just like the propulsion in the music is, very different than what other people do with bass. And then later I got into maybe more some like punk type rock bass players. So I love Duff McKagan. I love Mike Dirnt from Green Day. The other one I would say, I guess, is Joey DeMaio from Manowar. Just it's a very different sound that he's, just kind of doing melodically whatever he wants with the bass. So it's, it doesn't work with all types of music, but it's a different sound that I was into.
Cool. Very cool. Interesting. What about you, Sammy?
Uh, for me, I'm actually starting late with playing guitars. I actually didn't know how to play instrument until the first year of college in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Oh,
And
wow.
I can only I was a singer before since high school, but uh yeah, it's I didn't learn how to play until college, and that's because out of frustration, I was like, oh, I want to sing, but then my guitar player was busy. So finally, he loaned me his guitar, and I learned a few chords, and then I pretty much added every day, just playing and learning, and that's how it started. But the love of heavy metal since been loving the genre since probably around uh, junior high when I discovered. Uh, I think the introduction came from my classmate with Appetite for Destruction and Dr. Feelgood. Those are the two albums that started for me. And the thing is with as what Ralph said and why we connected so well is because we love the metal, but also have that punk edge. That's why we love Guns N' Roses
Hmm.
and just have that. This is what we love about heavy metal and rock and roll is the edge of it. That's something we like when music kind of wild a little bit. When it's too clean, too safe, we don't like that. That's why I guess something to be said about that nowadays when bands playing with backing tracks.
Hmm.
There's no way we're gonna be able to do that, and there's no desire of us doing that too because it's just we love the chance of messing things up
Yeah.
because but because it's still it feels dangerous. It feels like, hey, we play our instrument, we can make mistakes anytime, but we're gonna play this song the way we feel right now, not just it's real. It's you can feel it, you can taste it. So
Yeah. That's cool.
that's what we love.
Nice. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is I mean, just at least the footage I've seen, you guys are a really, really solid live band. You're really tight, but at the same time, yeah, there's that danger and that just raw energy, which is so cool
Yes.
to see. Like you guys get up there and just you can tell like you would really love playing with one another and you love playing live. Like that really comes across, I think, in a lot of ways, and at least in the videos I've seen. And yeah, which and I'd love to hopefully I'll get to see you live one of these days.
Yes.
Because yeah, like I said, I've really enjoyed what I've watched. And just that kind of energy, it just seems like you guys really feed off of each other really well.
That's why we posted the videos online, is because uh, we want you to at least experience it in modern days now where everybody watch YouTube, and then hopefully you get a glimpse of what it is, because it's still the experience of being there in front of us and feel the sweat, the hear the noise coming from the speakers is different. But at least if we put it on YouTube, REOG Music, that's our channel. Yeah, at least you get a glimpse of that, and wanna check out our stuff, whatever you can, stream it, whatever. But yeah, we're all about playing live. That's what we love, and uh, we're so proud with the ability for us to carry all those songs in live settings and actually play it, and no backing tracks, no nothing. Especially nowadays, that's the big thing that people talk about, is like, what is
Yeah.
it, backing tracks? And some bands are totally dependent on their laptops, and no, we want to feel the room. We want to hear you shout and scream and have fun. That's what matters for us,
Yeah.
the having part, the having fun part. That's what's missing too nowadays in metal. Things just get too serious, too technical, to politicize everything, and we just want you to have fun when you come into our show. You want more, because we feed off of you too. So yeah, that's live music is a big reason why we're doing this.
Cool. That's great. Yeah, I'm right there with you with the backing track thing. I think seems like the only time that should ever be used is, maybe like a symphonic metal band that has,
Agree.
choirs and symphonies, just as, for back, but still, like, yeah, I want to hear live music. If I'm going to go to a live show, I want to hear live music. I've never understood how, not to call anybody out, but like pop music, like just people that, they're basically, it's karaoke, basically.
Yeah. I
But
can understand, as you
yeah,
said, if you have some piano on it, and the piano becomes integral into the song. But even for us, I'd rather the piano being covered with a guitar or something, if the piano is not there. But you never know. But we just love the energy of the room. We really try to be present when we play,
cool.
and
Yeah.
and that's part of, I guess that's part of that's really part of rock and roll. We believe that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's a great philosophy to have. I think, yeah,
Elvis don't need any backing track back in the day, and he still rocked the place.
yeah,
So
exactly. Good point. Very good point. With the new album, and maybe you mentioned this and I missed it, but do you have a target date for a release on that yet, or are you still kind of in the thick of it?
we're in the thick of it right now. So we don't know it's gonna come out yet, but we're in fact I was working on it still yesterday and today. So we're still in the middle of it all.
Okay, cool. Do you have a working title at this point, or maybe it's too early to...
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool.
Can I say it, Ralph? The
What?
title? Yeah, the title is gonna be self-titled. There you go. It's REOG.
Oh, okay,
That's the
cool.
title.
Nice. All right, cool. I like
We
it.
feel like this the reason why, because I think it's this collection, basically it's a snapshot of where we are right now, pre-recording our songs, and it's the I believe this is gonna be the best sounding album we have too. So
Nice. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited to hear it because yeah, I've been really digging first things first, since I first heard it a while ago. I think it's a great album, killer stuff on there. So yeah, I'm excited for more to come. 'Cause I
yeah.
know obviously the pandemic kind of slowed things down, in terms of you guys even being able to play together for a while, I'm sure. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the other thing that's cool too, it seems like you guys have been doing a lot of live shows lately, a lot more than you were maybe prior. I'm not exactly sure, but it just seems like there's a lot out there. Not just yours, but I've seen other people posting,
Oh yeah.
from their phones or whatever, going to shows. So it seems like, yeah, you guys have been playing a lot more live, than you did in the past, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I believe the if we can get the good thing out of pandemic is make people realize that not to take things for granted anymore. That's why there's so much shows nowadays, and people are hungry because people were tired with all that stuff, being caged back basically at home. And yeah, I'm just glad that people want to go out, check out bands. And we are a Los Angeles band, and it seems like there's so many bands out here, but we I believe we have something more to offer. And we got we we can give you something a little bit different than anybody. Give you more heavy metal guitars, but it's fun, and it's always always give you energy when you come to our show.
Nice. Very cool.
That's the thing I think is less. There's not that much music that's truly like very catchy. You can sing along to it in the metal rock genre. So I
Yeah.
think that's one big place that we're offering something that's not out there as much.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah. It seems like you guys have some really cool kind of these rock metal anthems that, yeah, like it's fun to sing along with. I mean, yeah, I remember watching one of the video. It's funny you mentioned that because I was watching one of your videos the other day, a live show, and yeah, you could hear people in the background kind of chanting
Yeah.
along with it, which was really cool. I can't remember which song it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. It was great to hear that. Because yeah, like you said,
Yeah, that's
you don't
what
see
that's
that.
what we love from live shows. That's why we basically make make the band as the idyllic band that we want to see on stage. We're a fan of music, and we basically created the stuff that we want to see, and give that energy uh as real as we can, because what's missing nowadays is the ability for bands uh, to give entertainment. At the end of the day, that's what live music provide to people,
Yeah.
entertainment. And people are just busy being as heavy as they can, as technical as they can, as tough as they can. And for us, at the end of the day, if you cannot, if you don't walk away smiling and it's like, oh man, that band is make me smile, that's the end of the day. What we the goal every time we go on stage, to let you have a good time.
Nice, nice. I wanted to kind of circle back a little bit just on something you mentioned, Ralph, about being inspired by Cliff Burton of Metallica, and there is a little bit of a, which I thought was, for those people that haven't heard your music, even though it's kind of traditional metal with these melodic elements, there's also you guys have injected a little bit of thrash in there, especially with your later material. There's a little bit of, you can hear some thrashiness in there, which I think is cool too. And I know you even didn't you guys do a show a while back where you did like an entire Metallica set?
So Ralph, you want to answer this one?
For the last part, I don't think that was us.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I
No,
used to play with basically a Master of Puppets all the time, but not with REOG.
Okay.
I did play with kind of like all-star musicians out here in LA, and usually I play Metallica. That's probably what you saw.
Okay, maybe
You
that's right.
played Creeping Death and
Creeping. Yes,
Okay,
a full
nice.
set of Metallica.
Okay, cool. Is that the All-Star thing at the Whiskey?
This is the all-star thing during the pandemic before. So
or
they were in the whiskey at the Whiskey, and then they move it out of Whiskey. Whiskey was closed during those times. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but it's it's just fun thing we do. Uh, uh, we love Metallica, and the thrashier part, we love thrash, but we don't want to only play thrash. There's this song that we have called "Not My Way." It was very thrashy, and usually we play that at the very end because it's just a good closing song. Energy just poured out of us usually with that song. So yeah,
Nice.
we do have elements of thrash metal in there, and still it's you know, all if you could think of the best thing of heavy metal from the past 25 years, 30 years, we have those elements in us, and you know, because we just love the genre. So
Cool. Cool. Yeah, that's what I dig about your music. Yeah, is it feels like, yeah, you've captured a lot of different elements, but you have your own sound, which is
correct,
it's great.
correct,
Which is cool.
correct.
Nice.
A lot of bands have only one or two bands that they kind of model, you know, and sometimes you can tell with us because the as those back those influences that Ralph said, it's from it's from so many different of rock and metal, and yet we love all of them, and we made it as REOG. That's how we do it, you know. So we still love all the 70s stuff, even like from Rainbow, Deep Purple, you know, all that stuff. We look up to those albums, you know. So in a way, we're continuing whatever we got from even from back then. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, definitely great. I mean, yeah, Rainbow and Deep Purple, two of my favorite all-time favorite bands. Yeah, I love those bands. And yeah, Blueprint, kind of
A
blueprint of the
blueprint
metal,
of
proto
heavy
metal.
metal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Well, gentlemen, this has been an absolute pleasure chatting with you tonight. Thank you so very much. For those of you watching, if you're in Texas, definitely check REOG out. Coming up here really soon, and they'll be coming through and back to California. So if you're on the tour path, you'll definitely want to check them out. Definitely check out, and there'll be links in the description below to their pages, so you'll want to check them out. You can listen to their music. You can go to their like I mentioned before, their YouTube page. You can check out that live sound, which is just so much energy. It's so great to watch. But yeah, again, thank you so much. This was a blast. Really fun chatting with you.
Thank you, Victor. Appreciate the time.